Stream is live.
Alrighty. I think we should be able to be seen and heard.
So are we going to be able to
Yeah,
see
we
the comments are on YouTube? You can see that.
Yep.
All right, perfect. So I can just talk. I can just run the show like I do every week the last 3 years.
No, sorry, I had to mute. I was putting on YouTube and I was just hearing us over us. So I was just combobulated. I'm back now. Let's get it.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Well, I can't see the chat, so you let me know if anything's in the chat. If anyone's even in here.
There's 2 comments so far. They got this is official from Diet Smoke. Oh wow, he says.
There he is. Oh, I can see the comments. Okay. Oh, they pop up here. Wow. This is well done.
You should be able to see it on your window.
Proud
Yeah.
of you.
It's a new look. The new look to the Nick and Bean pod.
So what are you feeling tonight? I've overextended myself already. I mean, first.
Yeah. What'd you bet?
Well, here's the problem is I bet Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course, over 77.5 yards.
I love
and
it.
then the line started going down, so I had to keep betting it. So
no, I don't blame you.
Wow,
He's gonna have
all the way down to
today.
Chiefs -4.
Yeah, that I disagree with.
-4.
I don't think I'm gonna bet Chiefs -4. So I already took a piece of Jared Goff to throw an interception. Yes, +100. He sucks outdoors. He's definitely gonna throw a pick today. I mean, hey, he's gonna be firing for Amon-Ra. You're good.
All right, so Amon-Ra, the line. So I bet it at 77.5, 75.5, and 74.5. It's up to 78.5. It just jumped 4 yards.
You're good money.
Maybe I should. No, I can't hedge. I can't middle that. No. All right. So here's 2 things. Here's this game. Something's going to have to give. So any time in Patrick Mahomes' career where something has affected the line, like an injury or something, and it's moved against him, he's never not covered.
I don't
know if you remember the AFC title game. They started out like -2.5. His ankle was messed up. It ended up being like Bengals -2. Of course they covered. But also Jared Goff is 6-0 against the spread in season openers.
No shit. I wouldn't expect that. As they,
so, I mean, how do you balance that?
I mean, if you're gonna bet Goff or Mahomes, which one do you think I'm gonna bet?
Hold on.
I'm gonna take Mahomes.
Yeah, exactly. So here, I'll read the people what I've got here. All right, so my biggest bet of the night is the Amon-Ra over yards. Okay, I've also got Pacheco anytime touchdown. I like that one. They're going to run the rock with Kelce out. I've got Pacheco and Goff first TDs. So here's the problem: the first touchdown lines have changed dramatically. So in years past, I mean, quarterbacks used to be 18, 20-1. Like Mahomes is down to 10-1 right now to score the first touchdown. Like there's no value there. So I've got Goff at 35-1, and I've got Pacheco at 6-1. And then I've got a little parlay, a little in-game parlay with the Lions winning, Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown, and Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown. Okay, so that's like a long shot parlay there.
What are the odds on that one?
If you want to get that one is 12-1.
Okay.
So Amon-Ra St. Brown yards, Pacheco anytime touchdown. Those are my top 2 bets. Those are the ones
I like those a lot. Yeah, I like those a lot.
The other ones I have, the crazy parlay, and then I had to get some money on the Chiefs, you know, just in case Mahomes, has an epic win. So you'll love this one, Nick. And this is how fucking degenerate we are. I've got the Chiefs money line, and I threw it with Aryna Sabalenka, who I also have to win the whole U.S. Open. She faces Madison Keys. She's a -300 favorite. I like Keys, but Sabalenka is on a fucking roll right now. She's hitting the ball incredible.
Mixing in the U.S. Open tennis, I love it. So honestly,
I've got Alcaraz to win the whole U.S. Open. Yeah.
With the Chiefs starting at preseason at like -7 on this game, And then just Travis Kelce news injury going from a 5.5 to a 4. Is it 4 or 4.5 right now? I think it's 4 flat.
It's 4. It's 4 flat.
I might just have to take the Chiefs at -4. I think this game will be sitting at like probably 2 or like it'll probably be like 20 to 10 at halftime. They're going to be down at least 2 scores, I would say. They might be able to backdoor. No. Detroit. Their defense is weak.
I think I agree with you. If you're like, hey, I'm just like a normal bettor and I want to pick a side on this game, I would lean the Chiefs -4 as well.
It's easy.
You're getting the best of the line.
Like on the what do you want to call it?
The spread?
Like the percentage of money on each game.
Oh, I'll get it for you right now.
Because I mean, last year people are like, oh, Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill. That's his best weapon.
It's basically 50-50.
Okay, where he can basically find anyone, and I stopped doubting him a minute ago. So -4.
And we've seen Andy Reid can adapt. You know, there's been I can think of I think it was like a Tuesday night COVID game where they just were playing the Bills and they were like, fuck it. You know, the Bills think we're going to come out and throw it. They just ran the ball the whole game and dominated on the ground. So Chiefs, Andy Reid's a genius. I mean, they can do whatever they want.
Exactly. He's
going to run offensive line's the best. They got the first, second, or third best offensive line in the league. One, not worse than third.
Yeah, Detroit might have the first. Honestly,
no, the Eagles. I would say the Eagles have the first.
One of them too.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Detroit's up there. They're top 5.
Yeah. That's why Amon-Ra is going to have a sick year this year. I have him in my fantasy teams. Big on the guy.
Yeah, we'll get into it in the podcast. We have 2 leagues together this year, which is awesome. You of course, because you listen to everything I say about fantasy, you overdrafted Amon-Ra St. Brown in our draft last night or 2 nights ago.
Yeah,
you took him like 12th overall, 11th overall.
Yeah, I needed some
12th.
receiver. I needed some receiver on my second pick, and I was just like, shoot, I don't have him on any team. Let me grab him.
So, and in full PPR like that, I do prefer Amon-Ra over A.J. Brown, but I got A.J. Brown at like the end of the second round, and you got Amon-Ra like 8 picks before, which, normally A.J. Brown's going to go before him, I think. But the real problem was I think you went Cooper Kupp 3rd round.
I think I like it. I think I went him 4th.
I doubt he plays much. Honestly, I think he for sure misses the first 4 weeks. And then I think they're 0-4 probably, and they just delay the comeback. The problem is he's seeing a specialist for a fucking hamstring. Like, your shit's either shredded or and it's funny, I was talking to Roger about this, my stepdad, and he thinks it might be like a hip injury or something that they're not telling us. So we'll see.
I think it's soft. What do you want to call it? Soft tissue injury.
In here?
I can't tell right now, but I was looking to see that team. Who has a higher draft position? This might be an obvious question. No, it definitely was Cooper Kupp, but he was sitting there for a minute. I feel like I might have taken Aaron Jones before him. But
no, you took Kupp. You took Kupp in the 3rd round.
Okay. Let's see how many people we got in the chat. I cannot tell.
I love you. Zach sent it to another group. Yeah,
I cannot tell.
Yeah, I mean, so what time are we starting the pod? How does this work?
We're started, bro. I'm going to have to clip it for when we started. I'm going to have to clip it once we export this audio.
You know how to do that?
I'm about to figure it out.
For all the people listening right now, I don't know if there's 2 of you or 10 of you or 20 of you. Every podcast we've recorded the first 2 years, Travis Kelce died for this. That's true. Every podcast we've recorded the last 2 years was literally like 2 mics, and we just fucking hit play or hit record and recorded 1 take. No video, no fucking. Nick went all fancy on us. He traveled the world. Colombia. Where you been? You been the whole world?
Just about the whole world by now.
You traveled the whole world. You came back. You're a fucking podcast producer. This is incredible. I'm thankful to you.
Good shit. All right, so when you're ready, I'm gonna
Did
take a
you
sip and then we'll cut it.
did you do your FanDuel?
All right, good.
Yeah. Okay.
Did, yeah.
Perfect. All right. All right. We good to go?
We're good to go.
All right. Season 3 of the Nick and Bean Pod is here. We're live on video. This is fucking incredible.
Got the
Week
new
1,
format, baby.
the new format. Week 1 is here. It's finally here. It's been the longest wait ever, it feels like. We did do a pod a couple weeks back, so if you need some, I mean, it might be a little too late. If you need some season-long props, you can still get them before the Sunday game. There's literally millions of people watching. That's incredible. Diet Smoke, the greatest sponsor ever. And that's actually a nice lead-in to the sponsors. Nick, take it away. I'm going to give it to you to introduce both our sponsors.
All right, well, we're used to you doing the reads, but since we got a little bit of the added visual, we can take you to their website and shout out to Diet Smoke. Let's add them to the screen. So you can go to www.dietsmoke.com, and they've got your Delta H THC needs. They got Delta 9. They've got vape pens. They got gummies. They've got stuff mixed with caffeine. I think they have a melatonin one. Don't quote me on that. We'll have to check their shop.
I mean, if you're going to use they have the best products. Simple as that. Best price, best products. Code Nick and Bean. Not only does it get you 20% off your first purchase, any purchases made this month will get you 20% off. Code Nick and Bean. Remember, as you can see on the top now with these beautiful visuals, there's an E on the end of Bean. So just Nick and Bean is the code. Yeah, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. Do we have one sponsor today, or are we doubled up today?
We're doubled up, man. You know, the biggest podcast in the nation. You think we got one sponsor? So shout out to Argentina, the other sponsor.
Fresh. These are, I think they're produced. Don't quote me on this. I think the next thing are they produced in Argentina? They might be.
It's alpaca from Argentina.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Kiri towels. Nick, you're the one who's using these on a daily basis. I'm still not back in the gym, as you can see. I have used it when we golfed. They're very nice towels, but tell me more about them.
Yeah, so it's a very convenient towel, thin, quick dry. The material is a nice
machine washable.
Machine washable. The material is very nice against your skin. And then on top of that, they've got a magnet. You can anchor it to different machines, the fence. And even if you just put that in your pocket, it won't slip out. So you can have for quick access to dry yourself off.
It has a magnet. Did you say that?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right. Great sponsors. We love you. We'll be waiting for our check in the mail. I haven't seen one come in this season, but hopefully it'll be here soon. So let me lay out the pod for today. We got an action-packed pod that should end like right when this game's kicking off, which is beautiful. So we're gonna do a preview of the marquee games, or at least the games that we're putting down as a marquee. We're going to give out our picks, of course. 50% off, Diet Smoke saying. Holy shit.
That's one of
50% off, limited time.
We've ever had.
Limited time, Nick and Bean. There's dozens of us. Felix the King is here, and we appreciate you, Felix.
Yeah.
Colby's here, the Diet Smoke King. So we're gonna marquee games. I can handle it all, Nick. Marquee games. We're giving out our picks, and I'll preface it now. It's a tough slate. This is one of the toughest week ones I've seen in a long time. And then the fantasy corner. We got questions for the dean. We're going to discuss our two teams from the leagues we're in together, and I think you have some other shit. So let's kick it off. First marquee game of the week. The Cincinnati Bengals are laying 2.5 on the road in Cleveland. All right, over/unders 47. I'm going to give you these stats up front, and then I want to hear what you think about this game. 56% of the bets are on Cincinnati, actually, but all the money's coming in on the Browns. All the sharp bettors, all the big money is coming in on Cleveland.
So it's moved. It's now at plus 1.5. Cleveland's been bet down from 2.5 to 1.5.
That's in the last. I put these on here 3 hours ago, so you can see all the money's flooding in on Cleveland. And I mean, the big question mark of this game. There's one thing that we're wondering, and is: are we going to get Deshaun Watson of last year, or are we going to get Deshaun Watson from Houston?
I don't think we're going to see Deshaun Watson from Houston for a while. On top of the stuff mentally he's probably got to be going through, he hasn't played in a minute. He's probably rusty. Thankfully, he's young, and I think he'll be able to round out his career pretty well. But I think he's going to take this year to sort of get things.
Well, didn't he played last year, Nick? He did play last year.
Yeah, but I'm not sure he played the full.
He played half the season, Nick.
Yeah, half the season.
Here we go. So he played a half a season. I mean,
and then took.
Are you referring to more of, hey, he's got the off season now, he's getting used to the team, he's a leader on the team, maybe, or is maybe he's just a bad guy?
He might be a bad guy, but I'm going the other way. Like the year before, what was it? 2 years off, then half a season, then an off season. I don't think that's enough to really get your footing. So we'll see.
Okay. So you're on. If you had to pick a team, you're taking Cincinnati.
No. Well, to win, yes, but I like the Browns in a teaser. It's a divisional game, so I can get that up to like 7.5. I love them in a teaser.
I like that. All right, and Burrow seems to be healthy. He had the calf injury a few weeks back. I think he's fine. I think he's fine. Yeah, he's Joe fucking Burrow. Yeah, he's
fine enough. Yeah.
All right, so that's our first game we're previewing. The next one is I don't know if you can call it a marquee game, but I'm interested to see both these teams. We got the Jags, who everyone and their mother is betting to win their division, and we've got the Colts, who are such a wild card. They don't have a guy on their roster over 30, and they got Anthony Richardson, who's barely throwing a decent pass in his life starting at quarterback.
Yeah. So I think
the guy, he can't throw. Can he throw?
I'm not sure, but I think one of the big things this year, there's so many rookie quarterbacks starting week one that like almost anything can happen. And it seems like maybe like a quarter of the league switched offensive coordinator. So I'm not sure what we're going to get here. I would probably bet the Jags, but their defense is really bad. So
it opened, I think it opened at almost a touchdown a few weeks back. It was minus 5.5. It's bet all the way down to Jags are only minus 4.5 in Indianapolis. Over under is 45. Is it 45? Let me see here. Over under is 46.5. Okay. We'll get into that a little later. That might be in my pod picks, maybe. By the way, if we'll get to it then, but greatest pod picks ever, me winning season 2 years in a row. I think I was 8 games over 500. On the other hand, I'm not sure about yours. But here we go.
Every time with it.
71% of the money, or 71% of the bets, and 6% of the money's on the Jags, which we can expect. All right, we can expect that. Richardson's such a wild card. I'm sure they're gonna. What do you got? You got producers in your house?
No, I was about to click over onto the game on Amazon Fire.
All right, pay attention here. You got people watching.
I'm locked in, baby. I'm locked in.
So, I mean, we've got a team where everyone's high on Trevor Lawrence, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby. I mean, they've got everything, Evan Ingram. And the Colts are in total rebuild mode, it feels. So I don't know how this line is only 4.5. I think everyone's going to hop on the Jags from now until Sunday, which scares me.
Right. But, I mean, if that game gets to 7, I'm definitely going to – I can't tease the Colts. I'm lying. I was about to say I'm definitely teasing the Colts.
It's down to
4.5. Yeah, no. I can't bet the Jags.
What do you mean you're going to tease the Colts? What do you mean you're going to tease the Colts?
If people continue to bet the Jags, I might have to tease the Colts.
All the way up?
Yeah.
To what?
To $1 million.
What are you talking about? Like you're 14. Not teasing the Colts.
No, I'm not going to. Because I can't trust I can't trust the quarterback. But that was just like if I had to take anything, it would be like a Colts tease or something. I'm not going to
tease the Jags. They just got to win then.
Teasing through the 0 isn't advisable. You're not getting much value there.
All right, you're the teaser expert. So
yeah.
All right, next game, best game, probably the best game of the day is the San Francisco 49ers, NFC Championship last year. Maybe they win if they have a quarterback. Who knows? Minus 2.5 at everyone's darling this year. The Kenny Pickett-led Steelers. And I do want to say something. I have to come out and say it. Okay. I may have been wrong about Kenny Pickett.
What, you think he's nice?
I'm going to admit it.
You think he's nice?
I thought he sucked last year. I didn't see a path to him being a good quarterback in the NFL. Hand up. I'll admit it. I see the path now. Maybe he's not going to be great, but I see a path now. He looks poised in the pocket. He can move. He's got little hands, but they fucking throw the ball far. I'm telling you, he slings it.
Right.
He really does. So, I'm not as high on some people. I was listening to the Bill Simmons pod earlier today. He's got the Steelers as the number 1 seed in the AFC. I'm like, all right, too far for me. But this line, it stinks. This line stinks. It's a rat. All it wants you to do is take the Niners. All it's begging you to do is take the Niners. And guess what? The public sees that. Over 55% of money, or 55% of bets are on the Niners, but all the money's on the Steelers. 81% of the money on Pittsburgh at home. It honestly, I think it was a couple years ago when Buffalo was like a 10-point favorite week 1 in Pittsburgh and they lost. But it's just not easy to play in Pittsburgh.
No, it really isn't. That's a tough place to go into. I thought you were about to say I'm betting the Niners minus 2.5.
I'm not. I'm staying off this game.
I might add it. I honestly might add it because the Niners could potentially be like one of the best teams in the league. I'm not sure about Brock Purdy. That's definitely still a question mark. But that's kind of one of those things about week 1. By like week 17, you can't
I
get
hate
some
Brock
of these bets
Purdy.
off. He might be all right in like the Kyle Shanahan offense.
I was wrong about Pickett, so maybe I'm wrong about Purdy. I just don't see it.
And their defense could be like top 5. Their offense, if Purdy's like decent, could be top 5. So like this team might be like they might shock some people later on.
I think I've seen a lot of people picking the Niners to go far. I think you've got 2 probably top 5 to 7 defenses in this game. I think it's going to be whoever makes a play. I think it's probably going to be McCaffrey to make those plays. But, hey, it could be Najee. It could be Pickens. It could be Deontay Johnson. I really feel this game's a toss-up in week 1.
Debo,
of course. I mean, there's weapons all over the field in this game.
Yeah.
Kittle's a little banged up, but he's still a weapon. Ayuk, everyone's been waiting for him to break out. He's solid. So it's a good game. The over-under is 41. They're not expecting too many points.
Yeah,
and I have a feeling that's probably going to go under. I really do. I think that goes under. Anything else on this game?
Valuable teaser leg. Steelers probably valuable teaser leg.
Definitely. You get them all the way to 8.5. I think they cover that 8.5.
Especially with that low total.
Yep, exactly. So, all right. Next game, our darling Dolphins. We've got a healthy judo-trained Tua Tagovailoa going into LA to meet the guy that, has kind of been haunting a lot of Dolphins fans, the guy who was picked right after Tua. That's Justin Herbert. And, I'm gonna pull up some stats real quick. I've got these stats handy. I just happened to see them earlier. Justin Herbert win-loss in the pros, 25-24. Tua, 21-13. Check to Tua. Yards per attempt, 7.4 to 7.2. Check to Tua. QBR, we're going to give it to Herbert, 67-60. But, I mean, the way people talk about Justin Herbert is that he is as good as Burrow and Mahomes, and he's this great fucking quarterback. He's not a winner yet. He has not won anything. What did he do in the playoffs, Nick?
Lost.
What did he do in the playoffs?
Lost.
He choked 27-0. You think Tua would ever choke a 27-0 lead? Never.
Never.
Mike D's in the building. Shout out to Mike D. We appreciate you, Mike. So in this game, and I never bet my team, but everyone's betting the Dolphins. 67% of the bets, 78% of the money. It's a tough one. The Chargers are laying 3 at home. Over-under's 51. It's going to be a great game either way. I don't bet my team, but if I was going to lean one way, I'd probably just take the over and hope for points. What do you think about this game, Nick?
I think the line is actually accurate as hell. I feel like the most likely thing to happen is the Dolphins lose by 3 points.
Probably. I like that. Well, I don't like it, but I think that prediction I like.
Yeah, at the Charger in LA, although they don't really have very much of a home field advantage.
No home field.
And I would say the Miami Dolphins have some of the highest upside of any offense in the league.
Sure.
We haven't really seen them. We've seen them flashes of it, but you know what I mean? Tua's been hurt. So I think
our season is all about Tua's health. We know that.
We didn't necessarily find the running back. I'm not sure we even really need to, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, anyone can – in that system, any running back's going to succeed. It all comes down to if Tua's fucking head is going to stay on his shoulders.
Right.
If he gets knocked out, another concussion, I mean, this guy claims he was considering retiring.
Right.
I don't know if that's just to appease the media or
I
if he
hope it
really is
was.
serious. I hope so too. All right,
I know.
prime time game. Besides this one, of course, that's starting soon. You got the Cowboys at the Giants. The Cowboys own the Giants, 6-0 in their last 6. Dak's lost once to them in his entire career, which is a 7-year career. He's only lost to the Giants once. Cowboys are laying 3.5 in New York. Over-under is 46. It's a tough game. 52% of the money, or 52% of the bets, 51% of the money's on the Giants. It's dead even, basically. You almost feel like you got to take the Giants with the 3.5 in case they lose by 3.
Right.
But the Cowboys, I feel like the Cowboys are a team that's either going to stomp them or lose a close game.
I hear you. Divisional game, I can't take Cowboys minus 3.5 with that low enough total. And I think the Giants are going to be pretty decent. I have way too much Saquon Barkley stock this year.
Oh, yeah, you got Saquon in every league, right?
I have Saquon everywhere. I need to trade him, but don't tell anybody that I'm trying to get rid of him because that'll drive down trade value. Because I gotta get rid of his ass for something, my nigga. But
I'll trade him I'll trade for him in my league. I've got a ton of pieces. Let's
see
make
what you got. We'll
happen.
talk on the back end.
I like Saquon. I think he has a monster season.
I think so too. I liked him, but I didn't want him on every single squad.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, that's tough. I really think that you'll know in the first 2 drives who's going to win this game. If Parsons is flying around the field and they're crushing Daniel Jones, you'll know the Cowboys are there and they're for real. If Daniel Jones walks it down the field like he did that first series against Minnesota in the playoffs, you'll know that the Cowboys are in trouble. And but it's a great Sunday night game. We got all great prime time. Usually I think last year we had like the Broncos, Seahawks Monday night, which sucked week 1. We've got great primetime games. You got anything else on this game?
I got nothing on the Cowboys Giants. It's going to be a dope game to watch. Are they what are they Sunday night? Cowboys?
Sunday night. Yep.
Of course they are. Cowboys always get Sunday.
Of course they are. They always get Sunday night.
Do they always open up the season with all these divisional matchups?
I don't know.
Because it seems to be a theme this year. But anyways, yeah. Let's go on to the next segment.
All right, Monday night. And I've got a lot of stake in Josh Allen in fantasy football this year. Not a bad guy to have stake in. The Bills are laying 2.5 on the road. Prime time. Aaron Rodgers. Oh, hold on. Time. We want to hear about points per yard, Nick. Your famous stat. Biedick is here. He wants to hear about points per yard. We're going to get to that a little later. Nick probably has something drummed up unless he's moved on from that stat altogether. How are we feeling about that stat? Or is it done?
Pretty much. I can show you guys some points per yard stuff later. We'll show you later.
All right, beautiful. Get it cooked up for later. Eagles Super Bowl champs this year. I'm calling it. Felix says. I mean, I can't argue too much. They were there last year, and they're a couple plays away from winning it. So Eagles are going to be a juggernaut. I did give out Eagles to win the Super Bowl on our preseason pod, so I think that's a good bet. And you can always hedge it out in the playoffs. So the Rodgers is here. He's in New York. He's in our division. Bills minus 2.5 in New York. Over/unders 46.5. What do you got on this game, Nick?
I think the Bills are going to stop them. I don't think the game's going to be very close. I like the Jets roster a lot, but I don't think they're going to be able to put it together. Honestly, I think I like the Jets roster maybe better than the Bills roster.
I'm smiling ear to ear. That makes me. Jack Biedick's happy to be here. We're happy to have you, Jack. Shout out Diet Smoke. We've given them 10 promos already. We haven't seen a check in the mail this year, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I love the Bills. I have a feeling I'm gonna take some money out of the bank, big brick of cash, and I'm gonna put it all on the Bills to win the Super Bowl. And they'll probably let me down, but I just love them. I can't quit them.
Okay, I think we're better. Than the Bills
we're better than the Bills.
Shout out Mike D. Yeah, I think we're better than the Bills.
So Rodgers' debut, I think they're lucky that Von Miller's not playing. I will say that because that offensive line is sketchy, and you even saw it in Hard Knocks in one of the preseason games. He was screaming at his O-linemen, screaming at his rookie receivers. I really hope, just because Dolphins fans, we hate the Jets, of course, and I really hope we get to see Rodgers just fucking lose his mind. It would just be incredible if they get stomped, like you said, and Rodgers is crying. But I have this terrible feeling, and he's going to look great.
You think so?
I do. I'm not betting this game. I'm staying way
With
away
Garrett
from it.
Wilson. He's
Garrett
gonna show.
Wilson's good.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna throw it to Alan Lazard, the old number one ski.
Oh yeah, your favorite player, top receiver in the league. All
Yeah.
right, so that's our preview of the marquee games. Let's get in to what the people pay us for, to what
Sad.
Diet Smoke signed us for, to what Curie
Sad.
Towel signed us for, and that's the pod picks. Like we talked about earlier, I think I was 21-13, winning better. Nick, despite what he says, was way under 500 last year. Correct?
That is BS. You guys could check the tape.
Check the tape. You have you way under 500. I checked the tape. I did go through it. But it's a new season. It's a new season. Clean slate. We're 0-0 right now. All right.
Week 1.
And I see and I see my notes. You got a ton of picks, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm giving all those out, but yeah, I got a lot of stuff I'm looking at. Yeah.
So lead us off. Lead us off with your pick. Because mine are, I'm going to tell you right now, one of my picks, people they're gonna legitimately throw up when they hear this pick. You may fucking puke your brains out when you hear my pod pick of the week. Go ahead,
Okay.
Nick.
So my first pod pick is a teaser. Don't you know it? I took the Washington Cardinals and I took them down to -1, and I took the Packers up to +7.
You know what? Packers, when I think about betting the NFL, I always want to bet the Washington Cardinals. They're a solid team. The Cardinals from Washington are a great team.
The Washington, I don't know what they call them, the Washington team. The Washington football team, the Commanders. Whatever name they chose.
What would this pod be if Nick didn't know one of the 32 teams in the league? So you've got the Commanders. Tell me. Give me the teaser again. I lost my mind.
I've got the Commanders and I've got the Packers +7. The Cardinals are going to be one of the worst teams in the league. I think they're going to be, by midseason, they're going to be like 0-6, 0-7, 1-6, something like that.
Agreed.
I don't know much about Sam Howell. We don't know how he'll play as an NFL starter, but I'll take him over the squad and his squad over the Cardinals. And then Packers +7. We've got a divisional game. The point total is low, and I'm teasing it out to 7 points. I like them to at least backdoor cover that with a total at 42.
Surprisingly, I like the teaser a lot. I think Washington, the only thing that scares me about Washington, a lot of people will be taking it for their survivor. So they just need to win in this game. I like that. And then the Packers, I mean, the Bears are everyone's darling with freaking Justin Fields and DJ Moore. You know, the Packers still have a solid roster, and Aaron Rodgers wasn't that great last year. So I think if you're getting a touchdown, I think they probably cover that. So you got Washington and Green Bay 6-point teaser.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to save my actually, I'm just going to give it to you right now. Okay.
Give it to us.
This team,
give it to us.
They may suck. All right. They may be dog shit. All right. They may not have a receiver who can run a route on the team, but you know who they have? One of my favorite players. He just entered the league. He's a rookie quarterback. He's about this high. He's about this tall. And he weighs about 180 pounds. But he's got fucking balls. And that's Bryce Young. Give me the Panthers. Give me the Panthers.
Oh, my God.
Unfortunately,
that's so tough, dude.
Give me the Panthers. Everyone hates the Panthers.
Yeah, that's horrible.
It's disgusting. Let's hear it in the comments. How gross is it? We're getting 3.5 in Atlanta.
3.5.
84% of the money's on Atlanta. And why would it not be? They got Bijan. They got Kyle Pitts, Drake London. They got cornerbacks. They got everything. And guess what the Panthers have? They got fucking nothing. Thielen's hurt. Chark's hurt. They got Miles Sanders and they got Bryce Young. All right. And that's all I need. And give me 3.5 points. They're going to win the game outright. That's a guarantee. But of course, I'm going to take the 3.5 points. I just love this game so much. It's scaring me. I mean, it really is. And everyone in America, I mean, of course they love Atlanta. It's probably going to be the number one bet team of the week. We're going against everyone. We're going with my darling. And this isn't just like a hate it so much I love it pick. I love it. Fucking love it. Give me the Panthers. 3.5. That's my pod pick. That's the number one pod pick of the week.
Nice. All right. So my next one is going to be a teaser. I'm going to tease up. I just threw this one together just now. I'm going to tease up the Pittsburgh Steelers to 8.5, and I'm going to tease up the Cleveland Browns to 7.5. I don't think either the Steelers game is a total of 41.5, which is one of the lowest totals of the week. The only total lower would be that Washington game, which is 38. I'm not even sure there was a 38 available on the board last year in the entire season of 2022. So yeah, I'm going to take Pittsburgh through the 3, through the 7, and out to 8.5. And then I'm going to take Cleveland Browns through the 3 and through the 7 up to 7.5. Divisional game. I like them to keep it close. They got 2 solid running backs. I think they got enough to keep it close at least.
There's one issue here. You're making too much sense right now, and when you make sense, I don't know what's going on. So I love that pick. I'm probably gonna have to bet that pick.
Pick.
My second pick, and this one was weird because when I saw the line, and I got 2. That's the only team I'm picking is actually I've got 4 picks. I lied, but when I saw this total, I thought everyone was going to be on the under, and then I went to bet it, and everyone's on the over. So I got the Jags and Colts under 46.5.
Okay,
46.5. Like we could come out in this game and the Colts could score nothing, right? I mean, they could be terrible.
That's the part that I'm talking about. But also the Jags defense is horrible though.
It's not that bad. Is it that bad?
It's pretty bad, but
they got Josh Allen and Trayvon Walker on the side. Like they're not that bad, I'm telling you. So either way, and I saw the money. It's right now, and of course, these totals don't get bet as much during the week. So take these percentages with a grain of salt. But 74% of the bets, 95% of the money, it's all on the over. I'm gonna go under. And I'm gonna just not watch this game. It's not going to be on TV. We're not going to see it. You don't need to see it.
Yeah,
under 46.5, Jags and Colts. What do you got, Nick? What's your third pod pick? Do you have a third one?
Yeah, I got a third one. In the what do you want to call it? In the spirit of show number 1 on video, I'm gonna whip together something for the people. I see that Baltimore has ticked down earlier today. It was -10. Is it off the board entirely though?
It's all the way down to 9.
Yeah, but I don't even know if it's available to bet as we speak.
It's available. I got it right here.
Cool. I want to take Baltimore -9. That's a huge line, open for a lot of backdoor action. Pause. But Baltimore is going to be able to run the ball very easily on the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, one of the worst teams on defense against the run. I don't think they did anything in the offseason to fix that. Baltimore, one of the best teams running the football. They got a great running quarterback. They got good running backs. Mark Andrews is going to eat. I think this one's not going to be close.
He may not play. He's a little banged up, just so you know. Mark Andrews, quad injury.
I saw that.
He said, God willing, he'll be out there. He said, God willing, he'll be out there.
He lying like a mug. So he had 2 limited.
Swear to God, quote unquote. I have him in 3 fantasy leagues. God willing.
I said he's lying like a motherfucker.
All right.
He's lying like a motherfucker. He's going to be good.
All right. Next pod pick. This is just a simple one. Close your eyes and throw. There he is. Viva Argentina. Vidic is actually Bean loves Twinks. I don't know what that is. I don't watch football, but salute to my brother Nick. Nick, they're all here for you. I just want the people to know we're here for you. I mean, you're the attraction. Tommy Arns, pause. Tommy, I know Tommy's down with the COVID right now. It's beating him up. I don't know what he's talking about. But we still love you, Tommy. I've got an easy pick right here. This is a fun pick. Salute to Tommy. Hopefully you beat the COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
I think you will. You'll beat it. This is a fun one. Monday night, Bills Jets over 45.
Okay.
All right. And funny enough, I got Amazon Prime here in the background, the pregame for this game tonight, and the guy's best bet of the week is over 45. So, I mean, that is music to my ears because they hire these idiots to talk about betting on TV.
Yeah.
So we'll go against this guy who I've never even seen, who's probably never actually placed a bet, and we'll take under 45.
I like it. Where'd you find the game on Prime? I'm looking for it still.
It's just a pregame.
Okay.
I'm just on the pregame.
So I'm going to see if I want to give any of these other bets. I wrote down here for ideas. I had Bills -2.5. I don't have the nuts to take that right now. I may keep watching that game to see if I'm going to end up taking it. So, yeah, those are my bets.
All right, so you're done?
For this week. Yeah, it'll be Washington -1 and the Packers up to +7. That's a 6-point teaser. I've got Baltimore -9, just straight up. I've took Cleveland plus, who did I put them with?
8.5, and the Steelers plus
plus
8.5.
Steelers 8.5, and Cleveland plus 7.5. 6-point teaser.
Plus 7.5. Got it. All right, I will give you my last pick of the day. I've got Carolina, best bet of the week, plus 3.5. Disgusting. Bills, Jets over. Jags, Colts under. And then my last pick of the week, and this one scares me. This one's too good to be true. I'm going to paint you a picture. You've got a team that just went to the Super Bowl. You got Jalen Hurts at quarterback. You got the best offensive line. Oh, it's on Peacock. Oh, shit. It might
be on Peacock. I was saying that before the giant.
All right, I'm going to multitask. Diet
Smoke's about to get banned.
Diet Smoke doesn't know what we're doing? Okay.
No, they're about to get banned.
I am Team Bean. Thank you, Diet Smoke. We appreciate you. Still haven't seen my check, but I appreciate you. All right, I'm going to switch to Peacock, but oh, it's updating. Shit. Okay, so this line makes no sense to me. You've got Jalen Hurts. You've got the best O-line. You've got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, an incredible defense. And on the other side of the ball, I mean, you have legitimate dog shit at every position almost on the entire team. All right, here we go. Live. All right, watch now. Hold on. Okay. You've got Mac Jones at quarterback. He can't hit. He's terrible. He's fucking terrible. You've got no receivers on the team. Not one receiver. The only thing you've got Matthew Judon and you've got Ramondre Stevenson. That's about it. Zeke's fat. He sucks. You've got a team in the Eagles who should beat them by 30, okay? Why is the line 3.5? It's because of Bill Belichick. That's why. All right? But guess what? I just got to take it. I got to take the Eagles minus 3.5. I know it stinks. It's a rat line. And one of the reasons why I like it is because I'm getting the best of the line. It was 5.5 when I looked a few weeks ago. I got to take it at 3.5 and just hope we hit. That's my last pod pick. I've got 4. Nick's got 3. We're going to really keep track of these this year because we know what whatever Nick's doing over there. You know, who knows what he's doing.
TV, man.
All right, you put on the TV.
So the Patriots, their defense looked really good in the preseason, so that might be some of the reason why the line ticked. I don't know if it's worth it enough to go for 2 points.
Thank you for proving my point. They looked really good. Their backups looked really good against other people's backups. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Now let's get into the fantasy corner and wrap this show up because the game's about to start. Are we going to lead? Let's lead with the segment that the people love. What is it, Nick?
It is questions for the Dean.
The fantasy machine.
All righty. So the first question for the Dean I've got here is...
See how bad these questions are this week. Week 1.
Which wide receiver do you have the best feelings about for the fantasy season? Odell Beckham Jr., Michael Thomas, or Brandon Cooks?
Gross. There we go. That'll start it. Odell Beckham, I got no faith in. He's already got an ankle injury. He didn't practice today. Michael Thomas, fucking love the guy. One of my favorite all-time players, but he's basically a shell of himself. And Brandon Cooks, great player, but he just has 2 guys in front of him who are probably going to get more targets. So if I had to go here, I'd probably take my shot with Odell Beckham, and hopefully he stays healthy. But I don't love any of the 3, to be honest. And I'll tell you the truth. I have 6 teams. I don't have one of these guys on any team.
Yeah, I don't think I have any of these guys on any team either.
And I love Michael Thomas. Don't have him on one team.
Yeah, let's see what he can do this year. All right, next question for the Dean. Who is your favorite rookie? And we'll go with either quarterback, wide receiver, running back, or tight end, any of those positions.
So I'm big this year and most years on drafting a bunch of rookie receivers and seeing how they pan out. So this is a loaded question, though, because obviously, the best rookies, Bijan is so highly drafted. I don't have him in any of the leagues either, but I won't be shocked if he's a stud running back. But I love 3 guys you take a shot on. You take a shot on Jordan Addison.
Okay.
It's 4 guys, sorry. Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Quentin Johnston, and Zay Flowers. I have at least 1 or 2 of those guys on every single team. I think 1 or 2 of them is going to be a top 20 guy. Zay Flowers is fast as shit. Lamar can throw the deep ball. We know that. Quentin Johnston, I think, is just Mike Williams 2.0. Love him. Jordan Addison, Bean loves twinks. I think
Zay Flowers would be an example of that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, kind of.
Tommy's got some fucking. I guess I'm fucking getting old. I don't know what he's talking about. So
We'll
we've
go
got
into it.
Quentin Johnson's a stud. Addison's gonna eat with fucking with Justin Jefferson, and Jackson Smith-Njigba may be the most talented of them all. He is gonna end up being probably. I think he may be the number one guy there.
He easily could be. I like that strategy. I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but I do similar thing as well. Because like roll of the dice, some of these receivers
follow
can
my
really
strategy.
Yeah. All right. Random question. Maybe we shouldn't give this to the people, but hey, if you had to stream a defense this week, which one would it be and why?
One that's not getting drafted, Washington.
Okay, I agree 100% with that one. Anyone that you're looking to trade already?
Anyone I'm looking to trade already?
Like yeah, didn't even play a game. You want them off your team.
I feel like I had some good drafts this year. I've been, as I've said before, since I've had Evan, since I had my first kid, I've been terrible at fantasy. It's been the worst 2 years ever. And me, I'm used to winning leagues every year, or at least competing playoffs.
Maybe the new one will bring you luck. Let's swing it.
I think this is the year I win every
the one.
Maybe I'm just optimistic. Maybe I'm just optimistic.
You got to be. All right. And that ends questions for the Dean.
All right. So what are we doing next here?
Should we show the FanDuels? Can you send it to me?
Yes. Let's show the FanDuels, but you want to, we don't need to, do you want to preview our teams in the two leagues we're in together or not?
We don't got to. No.
You know what we'll do? We don't have to do, you know what we'll do? We'll post them side by side on Instagram, and we'll have the people vote like we did last year.
That sounds good.
All right, I'm sending you my FanDuel right now.
All right, bet. So this is what I picked up on my FanDuel. I think
yours is going to look more official than mine.
Well, we'll pull yours up so it looks all right. So yeah, I think Houston's going to get blown out, and I did that. I showed that by picking up Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins, Rashad Bateman, and the questionable Mark Andrews.
You want Mark Andrews?
God willing, he plays. And then I took as my second running back, Aaron Jones. I think he's solid every week. And I like them to at least hold that game pretty close. I took Chris Godwin against the Minnesota Vikings. That defense is garbage. And then I took Courtland Sutton just because I needed someone cheap. And then Kareem Hunt rounding up to get someone cheap as well, and didn't want to spend big on defense. But I don't believe Carolina is going to play good. So I took the Atlanta Falcons defense.
Got it. Okay. All right. I see it. I was looking on the left. Now I'm looking on the right. I see it. I think mine should have went through to you. Let me know if it didn't.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I want to see how much.
Get it up there. If you can't show it, I'll just read it.
You read it for now, and I'm going to start showing it in a second. Let me just figure something out.
All right. Let's do this. So I'm going to take advantage. His brain seems to be good to start the season, so I'm rolling to a quarterback. I just think you got to take advantage of him while he's healthy. Who knows how long that's going to last? He's 7,700. Did you get it? No.
No, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
My running backs, Travis Etienne in Indy, 7,700. Dameon Pierce, I just thought he was a great value at 6,200. They're going to have to hand him the ball. Oh, beautiful. Get it in there. Uh-oh. Nick's texts are up. This is not good.
There you go.
Everyone read them. Screenshot that. Someone screenshot that for me.
Very good.
Can you see it there?
Yeah. You should be able to.
All right, so Tua, Dameon Pierce, Travis Etienne. Then I've got three receivers. I got Tyreek Hill to stack with Tua. I've got Courtland Sutton. I just think he's going to probably do well against Las Vegas, and he's super cheap. And then I've got one of those rookies, Zay Flowers at 5,500. Spent up on tight end with TJ Hawkinson at 7,200. And then he's got 3 weeks, and all the other running backs are hurt or suspended on his team. So I got Jamal Williams in the flex, and I got the Panthers because they're going to win their defense against Atlanta.
Okay. Well, I mean, I like your team's a fun one to root for minus your defense. I like the Tua Tyreek stack. You already know that.
Of course. I mean, who knows? FanDuel's such a dart throw anyway. It's you got to try and, we're playing against each other, but we're also entering it in like the millionaire maker. So might as well throw some darts and get some high upside guys. All right. I think that concludes it, Nick. Our first video podcast. Guys, just so you know, if this didn't record or something didn't happen and Nick fucked this all up, Well, you're the only ones who are ever going to see this episode. All right. You got anything else, Nick?
No, that's it.
All right. Appreciate you all being here.
Salute. Peace. Let's see how I close this, John.